strategically and ecologically one of the most important places for India will now be going under a development project. Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be discussing about the development project that has been sanctioned for the Great Nicobar. So let us first understand the timeline of the video. First we will be looking at the news and then about the proposal that has been sent by the government and has been also approved. Then about the Great Nicobar Island and why is it so important. Then about the Great Nicobar climatography. Then about the purpose of development of Great Nicobar. Why is it that the development of Great Nicobar is proposed. Then about the concerns regarding the project, and in the end a prelims MCQ. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3. Environmental pollution and degradation. See, from exam perspective, from prelims you should be able to know about the location of Great Nicobar, then it is located nearby to which other island, then what are the national parks or biosphere reserves present or the tribes present on this island, and from mains perspective, then why is the location of Great Nicobar so important and what are the concerns related to this development project. So let's get started and see the news, and the news has been taken from Indian Express and it reads, development of Great Nicobar, strategic imperative and ecological concerns. So first and foremost idea is that the development of Great Nicobar would be taking place. Second is about its strategic location, then why is the Great Nicobar Island so important to India and why is its location so strategic. Then second is about the ecological concerns, that what are the concerns that environmentalists all around India are raising that the development of Great Nicobar will impact and how the development will impact the environment. So first let us look at the location of the Great Nicobar on India's map. See, this is India's map and we have the Andaman and Nicobar Island in the Bay of Bengal. So this is the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands are two different group of islands. First is Andaman and the other one is Nicobar. So Andaman and Nicobar Island is separated by the 10-degree channel. So the portion which is lying on the north is Andaman, while on the south which is lying is the Nicobar group of islands. Then in the Nicobar group of islands, the southernmost island, see, this is Andaman and Nicobar. Nicobar is the southernmost group of islands. So in this group of islands, if you will see the bigger picture, so in this southern group of islands, which is the Nicobar group of islands, the southernmost island is the Great Nicobar Island. So this becomes important that you should be able to know that Great Nicobar Island is present on the southernmost tip of the Nicobar group of islands. Then let us look at that why is it in news. So recently the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has given its environmental clearance for the ambitious 72,000 crore project. And it's not that this project is in news recently. Since a long period of time, the development of the Great Nicobar Island has been in news, and now finally the clearance has been given to this development project. So the development project on the strategically important Great Nicobar Island has been given clearance, and the project is to be implemented in 3 phases over the next 30 years. So first you should be able to know about the location of Great Nicobar Island that I have already told you. Second, that it is strategically important. Third, that the project will be implemented in how many phases? It will be implemented in 3 phases and in the next 30 years. Then comes, now let us look about the proposal. So what is the proposal that has been given by the Ministry of Environment? So this says that the Greenfield City has been proposed. Okay, what is the meaning of Greenfield City? There are 2 types of terms. First is the Greenfield, second is the Brownfield. So Greenfield City means something which will be developed from scratch, while Brownfield means that something which is already present and then the development process goes on. But Greenfield means something which is not at all present anywhere, and that place will be built from the very scratch. So this will be a greenfield city that has been proposed, and this greenfield city also includes International Container Transshipment Terminal, that is ICTT. Very, very important. And I will be using the word ICTT. So you should be remember that ICTT stands for International Container Transshipment Terminal. It means that the internationally all the ships, a place where all the ships from outside can come and stand. That is International Container Transshipment Terminal. So this will be a terminal. Apart from this, and Greenfield International Airport, and also a power plant, and then the township for all the people who will be living there. So if a place, how do we measure development, that whether a place has been considered developed or not? We tend to look for whether it has railway station or not, it has airport or not. These are the basic things that a layman or normal people see, that okay, whether the place has been developed or not. So this will have an international airport, this will have a power plant, this will have a township, and this will also have an international container transshipment terminal. So this means that this will be developed on a very large scale. Then it participate in the regional and global maritime economy. And this is one of the reasons that the Great Nicobar can do on behalf of India, is it can make India participate in the regional and global maritime economy. And the port will be controlled by the Indian Navy. Very important prelims point, that the port, I would say the International Container Transshipment Terminal, which is ICTT, will be controlled by whom? It will be controlled by the Indian Navy. And the airport will have dual military civilian functions. See, when something is present in Great Nicobar, then it becomes all the more important, then it should be feasible for the use of military also, because the location is very strategic. We will also be talking about the Great Nicobar's strategic location. So the airport will have dual military and civilian functions. So the airport will be used both by military and civilian people. Total 166.1 square kilometer along the southeastern and southern coast of the island. So this is the area that will be covered. Then some 130 square kilometer of forest have been sanctioned for diversion. So see, when a development project takes place, so this needs many more things also to come within it, because when we talk about development, then it needs a lot of area that the government will be needing to develop a space, and around 9.64 lakh trees are likely to be felled. It means this is the point which is creating a lot of problem, that so many, the trees that will be felled or the trees that will be taken away will be the number are in lakhs. Then the port is expected to be commissioned by 2027-28. So there is around a lot of time. Then more than 1 lakh new direct jobs and 1.5 lakh indirect jobs will be created from this project. So this was about an outline of this whole project, or what are the proposals that has been given. Okay, look at this map. This talks about India's southernmost point. So this is India, as we all know. This is the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So this is the Andaman and Nicobar Island group, and this is the Great Nicobar Island, and Great Nicobar Island is the southernmost island of the Nicobar group. Now let's talk about the Great Nicobar Islands. So I've already told you that the Andaman and Nicobar island group has been separated by the 10-degree channel, and this has divided the Andaman and Nicobar into Andaman Island and Nicobar Islands. So Great Nicobar is the southernmost of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the total area of Great Nicobar is 910 square kilometers. And then the Andaman and Nicobar Island are a cluster of 836 islands in the Bay of Bengal. So both Andaman and Nicobar in total has how many islands in it? It has 836 islands, and Andaman and Nicobar are separated by 10-degree channel. This is an important point, you should be able to know this one. Then this 10-degree channel divides both the group of islands into two half, that is the northern half is the Andaman while the southern half is the Nicobar. And the Indira point, which is the southernmost tip of Great Nicobar, is the southernmost point of India. So see, this is the Nicobar group of islands, and for example, this is the Great Nicobar. So the southernmost tip of the Great Nicobar, which you can say is this. So this is the Indira point, and Indira point is the southernmost point of India. Important prelims point also, that which is the southernmost point of India, that is Indira point, and which is the southernmost island of India, that is the Great Nicobar. And which channel separates the Andaman and Nicobar? That is the 10-degree channel. Then less than 150 kilometers from the northernmost island of the Indonesian archipelago. See, this is what makes the location so strategic, that the difference between the Indonesia and Great Nicobar is 150 kilometers. So it means the distance between India and Indonesia is not much. Then Great Nicobar is home to two national parks. So in Great Nicobar there are two national parks. First is the Campbell Bay National Park and second is the Galathea National Park. Then there is one biosphere reserve, and there are two tribes also which are present in Great Nicobar, that is the Shompen tribe and the Nicobarese tribe. Extremely important point from both prelims and mains perspective. I am again saying that there are two national parks, that is the Campbell Bay National Park and the Galathea National Park. Then the tribes, you need to know about the tribes. Then the Shompen tribe and the Nicobarese tribes are present in the Great Nicobar Island, and Shompen are the hunter-gatherers. So it is estimated that 237 Shompen tribe and 1094 Nicobarese individuals now live in a 751 square kilometer tribal reserve. See, you do not have to go on the numbers, but you need to know that which two tribes are present in Great Nicobar. Then approximately 8,000 settlers who live on the islands are engaged in agriculture, horticulture and fishing. So by this line you can predict that there are not much population on the Great Nicobar. So it is not that population is very high on these islands. Then let us look at the Great Nicobar climatography. So the type of forest which is present is the tropical wet evergreen forest. Then the mountain ranges reaching almost 650 meter above the sea level. Then there are coastal plains also, and about few of the facts, that is 14 species of mammals, 71 species of birds, then 26 species of reptiles, 10 species of amphibians, etc. And but see, important prelims point is that what is the flagship species of Great Nicobar? So that is the leatherback sea turtle. This is one point that you need to remember, that the flagship species of Great Nicobar is what? It is the leatherback sea turtle. Then what is the purpose of development of Great Nicobar? Why is it that the government is thinking about developing the Great Nicobar Island? So first, that the island has a lot of tourism potential, because nowadays because people are having money in their pocket, they want to go to places which are natural, which are full of greenery. So it has a lot of tourism potential in it. Then the locational advantage of the island for economic and strategic reasons. So if it will become a tourism hub, then the international tourism will also increase in Nicobar. Then equidistant, it is equidistant from Colombo to the southwest and Port Klang and Singapore to the southeast, and it is positioned close to the east-west international shipping corridor. See, this is also one of the point which makes it a very strategic location, because it is very close to the east-west international shipping corridor, and the east-west international shipping corridor is one of the most busy shipping lanes which is used all over the world. So this adds a lot of strategic importance to the Great Nicobar. Then the proposed ICTT can potentially become a hub for cargo ships traveling on this route, if we will be able to develop the Great Nicobar, then all the ships which cross through the East-West International Shipping Corridor can also come to the ICTT of Great Nicobar. So that will make it even more strategic. Then the proposal to develop Great Nicobar was first floated in the 1970s. So this tells us that the development of the Great Nicobar Island is not a new idea. It has been going on since a long period of time. It's just that its clearance has been given now. Then the increasing Chinese assertion in the Bay of Bengal and the Indo-Pacific has added great urgency, because the prominence of China has constantly been increasing in the Indian Ocean or the Bay of Bengal. So it becomes all the more important for us from the international relations perspective that we also need to think about increasing our prominence in the Bay of Bengal or the Indian region. And by developing Great Nicobar, it becomes all the more strategic also for India because of its location and its proximity towards the shipping lane and then to the Indonesia. Now let's come to that what are the concerns regarding the project or the development project of the Great Nicobar. First and foremost, that the massive infrastructure development will take place if the development project would go on, and massive infrastructure development means the clearance of forest will be taking place, and this is where the ecologists or the environmentalists are raising concern that clearance of forest is something which at the present moment, when the climate issue is going on, the global warming issue is going on, is of utmost importance. We need to think about the revitalization of forest instead of thinking about clearing the forest. And talking about an area which is, as I would say, green or ecologically rich as Great Nicobar, it becomes all the more important that we need to think about preserving. We need to think about the preservation of the area instead of thinking about the massive infrastructure development or the clearance of forest. Then ecologically important and fragile region, I've already told you. Then felling of almost 1 million trees, one of the most foremost point that this has become a concern. Then the loss of tree cover will affect the flora and fauna, and adding on to it that the increased runoff and sediment deposits in the ocean. See, if it is not that trees are only giving us oxygen or are helping us to clear the pollution, no, they are helping a lot. It is because of the trees that we are able to conserve the sediments or the rocks or the soil. So it is of utmost importance for us to be able to conserve forest, because while conserving forest, we will be able to look into many other aspects also. Then impacting the coral reefs in the area, and coral reefs is also important for us from the ecological point of view, from the environment point of view. Then the infrastructure development will also lead to the loss of mangroves, and mangroves and coral reefs are of utmost importance to us, because mangroves are something which actually protects us from many things. Then government is saying that the conservation plan for leatherback turtle is also being put in place, because the flagship species of the Great Nicobar is the leatherback turtle. Then the government needs to come up with a point that how the flagship species of the Great Nicobar, that is the leatherback turtle, will be saved, because this is what will represent the Great Nicobar Island outside. So these were about the concerns regarding the project. Now let's come to the prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. And it says, consider the following national parks. First is the Campbell Bay National Park, second is the Galathea National Park, and third is the Mahatma Gandhi Marine National Park. Then which of the above national parks are present in the Great Nicobar region or the Great Nicobar Island? And the options are 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. So try to solve the answer. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.